So there's some confusion about the Triumphant hacker skin. So in the update log, it says the first 50 people that completed the hidden wave will receive the Triumphant hacker skin. Now, to clarify, the developers don't mean after this update, they mean all the way back in 2024 when the hidden wave was first released to the public. The identities for the first 50 players to beat the hidden wave have always been known since 2024 to Below Natural. Now, publicly, because we didn't capture everyone's screenshots of like all the teams here, we don't know every single person. We know roughly about half of them, I think. And yes, I am one of those. That's why I have the skin. More on that later. But yes, to clarify, it's from the 3rd of August 2024 until the 4th of August 2024 in a roughly about a span of like 3 hours. Now, this was made all the way back on August the 4th, 2024, after I had triumphed, where Below Natural said that the first 40 users to beat the hidden wave would be receiving an exclusive skin for an upcoming tower, that upcoming tower being the Hacker Tower. These are the first 8 people. However, there was some controversy around these because these people, including myself, are QA testers. And even though we didn't have any access to Hidden Wave and we never tested out the Hidden Wave, there was a lot of controversy about these 8 people. So, Below Natural increased it to 48. However, the 7th team had 2 players who beat it already, so he upped it to 50. So to clarify, no. If you beat the Hidden Wave after this update, or you are one of the first people to beat the Hidden Wave after this update, you do not get the skin at all. It's for those people back in 2024. It's not for those in 2025. And yes, this does mean the first 50 players to beat the hard Hidden Wave back in 2024 are gonna have their accounts hacked. If they don't have two-factor authentication, their accounts are more prone to be hacked. I recommend for every single person on that list, either remove your name from the list if you want to. I mean, I'm down to like remove your name from the list. I can edit that. Or you enable two-factor authentication because your account is like one of those rare accounts now. First 50 players and only 50 players. And I mean, if your account is hacked, it will decrease. So it's 50 players and decreasing at a very, very slow rate. But yes, the Triumphant Hacker is a skin that I have, and there's only 50 other copies for it. Well, 49, considering that I have one of the copies. So, yes. The reason why it's a gift claim is because not everyone can get the Hacker Tower. I know the first 50 players in Tower Defense Simulator, they may not have the Hacker Tower, but when you get the Hacker Tower, you will be able to claim it in the gift claims. It is listed as a Game Pass reward. No, it's just listed. It is actually meant to be a manual reward given out to the first 50 players that Below Natural has listed down. And if you think it's unfair, I already discussed this in a previous video, whether or not having the Hidden Wave reward be for the first 50 players is fair or not. I mean, I personally didn't even know. I beat it first before any reward was actually leaked to the public. We discovered it in the first place, we beat it in the first place. Again though, it is kind of unfair given the fact that time zones do exist, and some people said that it was unfair against Europeans because most people triumphed it, or the first 50 people to triumph it, were around midnight our time, or even early morning. However, I would like to clarify, I am European. If you can't tell by my voice, I'm British. I live on the British Isles. I was up until midnight triumphing the Hidden Wave, even though I explicitly said that I wouldn't do that. So yes, while it is unfair, unfortunately, it's what Below Natural said. I can't really change his mind, nor can I really defend the idea, but it is what it is. The first 50 players to get the Hidden Wave badge after it was re-added in 2024 have now got the skin. It was just a random chance that I was one of the first players to get this skin. So yeah, sorry / hello. Now, I am one of the only 50 players that gets to be able to do this, so I'll claim the Triumphant Hacker. This feels like it should have more like a grandiose to it, but let me claim that. Very cool, Triumphant Hacker. Yes, it's one of the new 2 skins for the Hacker Tower, and it is, as it says here, exclusive and golden. It looks like it has something floating above it. Very cool. Exclusive skin. Apply it. I wish there was an ultimate skin so it has special effects, but I assume it does have special effects. Okay, so it looks like it has something floating behind it, or above it, or something like that. That's very weird. I don't know if it's meant to be, like, right behind it or something, but very cool. Place it down. Oh, does it have a special effects sound? No, it doesn't. Okay, fair enough. It does have a sparkle effect, which normally is reserved for ultimate skins, or the Bloxy Commander, but I think it's pretty cool. Very cool indeed. But does it have special effects when enemies spawn in? So let's see. Agent Ducky. Hacker Tower. Ooh, it has a special rate effect. The beam is kind of... It sounds like the accelerator beam, which I think the default hacker might have. I have not heard the default hacker beam. Funnily enough, I played it with silent. But, yeah, that seems kind of cool. Okay. Level 1. It gets a crown. Very cool indeed. And some shoulder blade stuff. Level 2, it gets some wings. Yeah, okay, so this is definitely a glitch or something, because surely they're meant to be attached to the back rather than floating in midair. And yeah, this also probably is meant to be like attached to the back. It's not meant to be floating in midair, surely. Level 3, it gets a halo above it. That might actually be on purpose. It might be floating in midair. Then again, it does get a crown and more of a covering of its face, which is very cool. More detailed patterning. Level 3, I'm not entirely sure what changed. So I can't really tell what changed at level 4. Does it get more of a decorative shoulder blade thing? No, it doesn't. Oh, I was wrong. You can actually hear an effect from it. It's very quiet. I might have to boost it, but there is a shimmering effect that you can hear from it, which is very cool. Very cool for the 50 people who have it. Yeah, I'm well aware. We are now targets for the skin. Now, as for the level 5 top path, it floats. Ooh, that's actually... Ooh, that's pretty good, actually. And it gets some golden mists from its backside, which is very cool. Meanwhile, for the bottom path, I think it looks even more... No, is it the same tower? I think it's the same, except there's Z-frame fighting. I don't know if the hair's meant to be different, or something like that, but I really can't tell the difference between level 5 top path and level 5 bottom path. Actually, on the bottom path, it does have this sort of crown thing. It looks... it looks a bit crowded, but obviously I can't really complain given the fact there's only 50 copies out of these, but I do like the glimmering effects. I think overall, I think the effects of the tower look pretty cool. The tower itself and the skin itself, I think there's room for improvement there, but I can't really complain given the fact this is so exclusive and it might as well be a developer exclusive tower. Now, I have alluded to the other tower for the hacker tower, that being the Fallen Hacker. So, it's a mission quest, the Corrupted Touch. You get the Circuit Hacker and the Fallen Hacker skin. It also costs 1,000 coins. You get 1,500 coins for completing it and 300 XP. You can buy its Game Pass for 399 Robux. However, the quests, I'm going to list them out here, they are deal 400,000 damage with the Hacker Tower, create 500 units with the Hacker Tower, so that is hack enemies, and you need to hack 500 of them. You then need to triumph Fallen mode with the Hacker on Cyber City. Then you need to deal 80,000 damage with a Hacker Tower in one match. And then finally, it's to triumph one hardcore mode game with the Hacker Tower, which seems relatively simple given the fact that you can dupe towers. But you can also skip this for 399 Robux. Corrupted Touch, skip, yes please. There we go, we can claim it. So 1,500 coins, 300 XP, and the Fallen Hacker. Now from this, you can very easily see that the Triumphant Hacker is a golden reskin of the Fallen Hacker, which now makes the Triumphant Hacker less desirable in terms of a design perspective. However, it does mean from a normal perspective that the Hacker Tower, I mean, you can get to the Triumphant Hacker Tower just by buying or getting the Fallen skin. And it's like 99.9% of the way there. You just need to reskin it, and yes, you have the Triumphant Hacker Tower. So, for level 0, it looks like this, very similar to the Triumphant Hacker. And it has, actually, the same glowy sound effects and the sound effects from the Triumphant Hacker. So it's not exclusive to the Triumphant Hacker, okay? Then it has weird writing above here, which is not what we saw for the Triumphant Hacker. It was just golden. It's probably in Wingdings or something like that, so I can't really translate it, but I'm pretty sure someone could probably translate this. That is, if it's not like a made-up ancient rune language, okay? So level 1, it gets some decorative floral stuff. Level 2, it gets some extra wings on the back, which is the floating wings that I mentioned previously. Level 3, it gets a front cover, similar to the Triumphant Hacker. Level 4, it gets darker. Ah, right, so that's the missing effects that I didn't see for the Triumphant Hacker skin, because there was a recolor. I then have to assume that at level 5, it also floats. Let me not duplicate the tower. Can I cancel out? So let's see. Yes, it flies, and it has the same mist effects as the golden Triumphant Hacker skin. It also looks like it's flapping around down there, okay? Meanwhile, the bottom path, it's actually very similar. Okay, so the only difference is actually the animations and the fact that it has like that crown thing that we also saw for the Triumphant Hacker skin. I do like the hair effects though. For some reason, they're not Z fighting here, but they are Z fighting on the Triumphant skin. Okay. So yes, if you're jealous of me for having the Triumphant Hacker skin, don't worry, just get the Fallen Triumph skin. Just get the Fallen Hacker skin. It is like 99% of the way there. Now, as for the other reward, it's called the Circuit Hacker. So it looks like this. And if you were to equip it, it would look like this. And to be fair, it looks like the same effects that the default hacker uses, which I find to be pretty cool. However, there is one more name tag in the hacker update called the Evil Hacker. It costs 5,000 coins, which I know some people are desperately low on coins, but given the fact that this is a daily skin, it may not always appear here, so get it. It's a rare name tag, and if you were to equip it, and its description just says from the shop, whereas this is earned from the Corrupt Touch mission, if you were to equip it, it looks like this, which I actually think is better, so very cool. And those are all of the new items that you can get in the hacker update. Well, kind of. The 50 skins thing, yeah, not many people can get that.